Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go Quick Loop product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Yoshimitsu Aogami Super Nakiri 165mm knife. This knife has 3-layer construction. What they do is they layer a soft iron cladding, which is reactive, over the top on either side of a core steel of Aogami Blue Paper Super reactive high carbon steel. So this knife is all reactive. There's no stainless or semi-stainless on it. Again, it's 3-layer construction. This soft iron cladding, and you can kind of see the finish on it, has a what's known as a kuda-uchi, or protective kind of blacksmith type finish on it. In addition, they do have a lacquer finish on top of that will wear away as you use it, or you can choose to strip it off if you want to and just use it kind of raw. But if you let it wear, it'll just wear as you use the knife, and it'll start going away. Then you'll start seeing the staining on the knife and the cladding. The weight and dimensions on these can vary a little bit from knife to knife. This particular one is 133 grams, or 4.7 ounces. Heat treat on that Aogami Super should be in the 62-63 Rockwell range. So the AS has a pretty good edge retention, and it's reasonably easy to sharpen with good sharpening equipment. But it'll hold a really nice edge. The handle is octagonal oak with what's known as an urushi, or a burnt finish on it. And they've got, looks like a pretty good glue up job here. It's got a little bit of a finished coat on it, some sealer on it all the way around, including the back. So nicely done there. Handle's pretty, oak's a little bit dense, so that's going to, and this is not a particularly heavy blade, so that's going to bring the balance point back a little bit. So there's your balance point for me. That's a little bit behind a pinch grip. So this one's not going to have a lot of like weight forward muscle feel to it, like some knives will. It's just kind of a light, nimble type feel. In terms of dimensions, this particular one, I got about 163 on the edge. You can see the tip has a little bit of sweep, but it's not a classic totally rounded tip, so it does have a little bit of a tip to it right there. But usable edge about 163 on this one. Again, these can vary a little. Overall length on this one's about 295 millimeters, or 11.6 inches. Thickness-wise, they're a little thicker coming out of the handle, which is typical of this style of blade. I got about 3 millimeters coming out of the handle above the back of the heel, and then about 1.8 halfway down, and it pretty much just holds that. So it's a fairly thin blade, fairly stiff as well, though, especially towards the back part. Height-wise, not particularly tall. I got about 48.25 in the back, and about 48 in the middle, so it's fairly same height all the way across. Let's get our beauty shot. These are all going to be unique and hammered, their own unique characteristics. Everyone's going to be just a little different. So this is the right side of the blade. There's some embossed kanji there. Here's kind of the mottled texture. It's almost got a little bit of a nishiji or pear skin type mottled finish to it. It's a little shinier because of the lacquer coating. Here's the left side of the blade, and again, you got some embossed kanji there. Here is your cladding, grind down to the edge. You can see the edge steel versus the cladding right there. Fit and finish wise, they've done a pretty nice job on fit and finish. They've actually rounded the spine pretty significantly. There's no sharp edges there. Nice rounding job there. They've done a fair amount of rounding work to the choil as well. So it's nicely finished all the way around. They've put a lot of work into this. Part of that's the price point of this. They put a lot of finish work to it. The edge, I'll give it a 6, 7 out of 10. So the lacquer does not touch the edge because the edge is quite sharp. So it's a pretty nice edge out of the box on these. Let's take a look at the cutting board profile. So this is a very nicely crafted knife. So as you can see here, it's got a little bit of curve to the edge. Again, this has a little bit of a tip right there, so you can glide, pull cut with it if you want to. But you can also rock with it easily as well. And this one's got a little bit of a fulcrum point right about there, but definitely you can chop towards the back, chop towards the middle. Every blade's going to be a little different. So if you're looking for something traditional, that's all reactive, but with really nice edge retention and great craftsmanship and quality, something light and nimble, this is a great knife. This is the Yoshimitsu Aogami Super Nakiri 165mm knife from Chef Knives to Go.